You shape the vowels like a white surrender flag, a heavy concession you don't wanna drag. I'm sorry spills out like a rehearsed refrain, a calculated move to anesthetize your pain. You're not looking down at the glass at your feet, you just need the narrative to feel complete. You're exorcising demons from your own empty chest, leaving me in ruins so your conscience can rest. So don't tell me you're sorry, it's a phantom parade, just hollow echoes of the mess that you made. You're not trying to pull me back into the light, you just wanna sleep a little easier tonight. It's a cowardly comfort, a trick of the breath. Don't bring your apologies to the scene of the death. I watch the tension drain out of your neck, standing unbothered in the heart of the wreck. You think that a sentence can act as a cure, making the history sterile and pure. But the splinter is deep and the wound is still raw, and your own reflected guilt is the only thing you saw. You're exorcising demons from your own empty chest, leaving me in ruins so your conscience can rest. So don't tell me you're sorry, it's a phantom parade, just hollow echoes of the mess that you made. You're not trying to pull me back into the light, you just wanna sleep a little easier tonight. It's a cowardly comfort, a trick of the breath. Don't bring your apologies to the scene of the death. Keep your regrets, keep your elegant grief. I refuse to be the altar for your relief. The foundation gives way, there's no structure to save. You're just tossing dead flowers on top of a grave. Just a terrible quiet, just the ash and the bone. Take your ghosts with you, leave me alone. Don't tell me you're sorry, don't tell me. You traced my jawline with a deliberate hand, speaking the dialogue exactly as you planned. The cadence was perfect, the pitch was a dream, but the water was shallow in a fabricated stream. I felt the chill when you whispered the phrase, caught in the fog of your faraway gaze. You looked in my eyes, but your focus was deep, projecting the ghost you were desperate to keep. It was all fake love, a beautifully tailored script, a counterfeit devotion slipping from your lip. Every I love you was meant for her ears, I was just the understudy catching your tears. You were reciting her memory in the dark, casting her shadow right over my mark. I memorized the sudden soft break in your voice, foolishly thinking I was your ultimate choice. But you were just practicing smoothing the edge, using my devotion to back off the ledge. When you pulled me in close to swallow my breath, you were just mourning her, pretending it to death. You looked in my eyes, but your focus was deep, projecting the ghost you were desperate to keep. It was all fake love, a beautifully tailored script, a counterfeit devotion slipping from your lip. Every I love you was meant for her ears. I was just the understudy catching your tears. You were reciting her memory in the dark, casting her shadow right over my mark. I didn't know I was a stage you could rent, a temporary body where your sorrow was spent. You dressed me in the ruin of the one that you lost, and abandoned me here in the infinite frost. The curtain falls down, the theater is bare. I'm holding a man who was never quite there. Fake love, just a rehearsal in your mind. They tell you the flood is supposed to sweep the room, to wash out the ash from this quiet little tomb. I trace the wet path from my jaw down to my chest, looking for the hollow where the panic used to rest. The dampness on my collar is a freezing weight, holding back the morning at the iron gate. It isn't a rescue, it isn't a clean retreat. It's a calculated tactic to keep the ruin complete. Healing a heart with tears is a gentle lie we whisper to quiet the fears. The salt water doesn't wash the ghost away, it just forces the brutal margins to stay. It burns the incision so it won't close up too fast, keeping the bleeding fresh so the memory will last. If the tissue connects and the damage turns to white, then I have to admit that you vanished in the night. A scar is a monument of something that survived, but an open cut means the history is alive. So I invite the sting into the deepest seam, anchoring my body to an empty, violent dream. It isn't a rescue, it isn't a clean retreat. It's a calculated tactic to keep the ruin complete. Healing a heart with tears is a gentle lie we whisper to quiet the fears. The salt water doesn't wash the ghost ocean and let the salt water fall. Let the edges remain. I'm not looking for a cure, I'm just holding the pain. Healing a heart with tears. The clinking of crystal is a deafening sound, but my gravity is buried 6 feet underground. A burst of loud laughter makes the floorboard shake, but nobody hears the noise a ribcage makes when it splinters apart so quietly slow. I'm holding my drink, but I'm fathoms below. I swallow the panic and mirror the grace, a perfectly tailored ghost in a crowded space. And I heard alone, a silent island made of chalk and bone. They see the shoreline, they pass in the night, blind to the dying of my only lie. You took the compass when you walked out the door. Now nobody has the map to this terrible shore. Yeah, I heard alone. The bass is vibrating through the soles of my shoes, a rhythm my frozen blood refuses to use. A stranger leans in, asks if I'm doing alright. I nod and I smile, deflecting the light, but I'm tracing the shape of your absent hand in the spilling of wine on a foreign land. I swallow the panic and mirror the grace, a perfectly tailored ghost in a crowded space. And I heard alone, a silent island made of chalk and bone. They see the shoreline, they pass in the night, blind to the dying of my only lie. You took the compass when you walked out the door. Now nobody has the map to this terrible shore. Yeah, I heard alone. If I shatter right now, they would just sweep the floor. They don't speak the language of a closed heavy door. They're dancing in colors I can no longer see. There is a canyon between the living and me. The laughter swells up, the island sinks down. I'm drowning on dry land in the middle of town. No map to find me, I heard alone. I brought you a river, I carried the weight. I didn't consider I might be too late. The brim was already a fraction away from spilling a memory you wouldn't betray. I tilted my center, I let the valve break, blind to the surface of your frozen lake. A saturated silence, a ghost in the glass. I watched my own gravity shatter and pass. I loved you much too much for a vessel that had no room. I poured out my light in the dark, just watering a static tomb. You were drunk on the phantom of her, while I bled out my everything here. Now there's nothing left in my chest. I loved you much too much and disappeared. The overflow pooled at the edge of the wood, a messy devotion you misunderstood. You watched as it happened, your eyes miles away, entertaining the shadow. You begged to stay. I hollowed my bones out to offer a sip, but my name never even belonged on your lip. A saturated silence, a ghost in the glass. I watched my own gravity shatter and pass. I loved you much too much for a vessel that had no room. I poured out my light in the dark, just watering a static tomb. You were drunk on the phantom of her, while I bled out my everything here. Now there's nothing left in my chest. I loved you much too much and disappeared. The worst part of emptying out isn't the hollow, isn't the doubt. It's knowing the water I gave to revive was just keeping her memory alive. You used my love to wash her feet. I am a dry well, you are a flood. I gave you the water, you cost me the blood. I loved you much too much, much too much, much too much. The automatic doors part with a mechanical hum. My hands on the plastic handle are entirely numb. Aisle 4, second shelf, the bitter dark roast. Suddenly I'm ambushed by the shape of your ghost. I know exactly how many scoops you'd blindly take. It's a useless piece of trivia that makes my fingers shake. The linoleum is scuffed, the overheads are too bright, and I'm losing a quiet, invisible fight. It isn't the empty side of the bed that brings the freeze. It's the agonizing gravity of ordinary memories. I miss you every day, in the quiet, brutal ways. Not the dramatic breaking moments, just the mundane haze. The fluorescent lighting flickers, the cart begins to stray, breaking down over a bag past the bakery, I walk past the wine, tracing the outline of a life that used to be mine. A stranger bumps my shoulder, mutters an excuse. I nod, but I am tangled in a terrifying noose. I used to hate the burr where your favorite mug would smell. Now I trade my own soul just to sit inside that hell. It isn't the empty side of the bed that brings the freeze. It's the agonizing gravity of ordinary memories. I miss you every day, in the quiet, brutal ways. Not the dramatic breaking moments, just the mundane haze. The fluorescent lighting flickers, the cart begins to stray, breaking down over a bag of coffee beans. I miss you every day. Yeah, I miss you every day. You survive the crushing tidal waves just to drown inside a puddle, lost inside a supermarket, entirely in a muddle. I leave the plastic basket sitting by the magazine rack. I walk out into the parking lot and I don't look back. The engine starts up, the dashboard is dim, running from a ghost that looks exactly like him. Just the dark roast, just the empty space. I miss you every day. I miss you every day. The fluorescent bulb is a merciless judge. I'm wiping away every lingering smudge. I stare at the glass, keep my posture pulled tight, curating a version of me who's alright. I barely remember the weight of his stare. I speak to the porcelain, cold and bare. A flawless delivery, a hardened facade, a self-made religion where I play the god. Then the screen lights up on the edge of the sink, a short, sharp vibration, and I don't even think. My fingers are shaking, betraying the act, starving for fiction, but choked by the fact. I tell the reflection, I'm so over you, but my trembling hands know it just isn't true. It's only an alert, some automated ghost. The deafening quiet is what ruins me most. I drop the device like a handful. The coal and the lie I was building bleeds out of my soul. I'm pacing the floorboards, dragging my feet, a tired surrender in a private defeat. I spend all my daylight erasing your name just to lose to the dark in this pathetic game. When the screen lights up on the edge of the sink, a short, sharp vibration, and I don't even think. My fingers are shaking, betraying the act, starving for fiction, but choked by the fact. I tell the reflection, I'm so over you, but my trembling hands know it just isn't true. The mind is a fortress, locking the door, but the body remembers the shape of the war. Muscle memory forces my wrist to obey every phantom vibration that comes down the way. It's a chemical panic, a visceral ache, waiting on a rescue that you'll never make. I'm so over you, I say it out loud, just a whisper to the mirror, trying to sound proud. phone buzzes twice on the nightstand by the bed, and I'm reaching in the dark, reaching in the dark for a ghost in my head. I spent years carving you in stone, smoothing over the jagged edges I should have known. I placed you high above the atmosphere, where the altitude made your alibis disappear. But the architecture of my grace just collapsed around a stranger's face. There was no earthquake, no violent sound, just the quiet ruin hitting the ground. And I stand here in the chalk and bone, realizing I've been grieving alone. The myth I worshipped tore right through, leaving a silhouette of a man I never knew. It's a heavy, suffocating view to finally lose hope in you. Plaster dust is on my hands, settling like ash on our hollow plans. I used to tilt my head back just to meet your eye. Now we're standing level, and I wonder why I ever thought you could touch the sun. The pedestal is empty, the illusion is done. There was no earthquake, no violent sound, just the quiet ruin hitting the ground. And I stand here in the chalk and bone, realizing I've been grieving alone. The myth I worshipped tore right through, leaving a silhouette of a man I never knew. It's a heavy, suffocating view to finally lose hope in you. You aren't a villain, you aren't a king, you're just a hollow note I used to sing. I pity the girl who built the shrine, pouring out her blood like it was holy wine. The dust is settling on the floor, I don't look upward anymore. You're just a man, just a shadow in the room. I lose hope, I lose hope in you. The dealer closed the room an hour ago. The velvet is bruised where you let your hand show. I pushed all my gravity into the center, a naive believer, a willing surrender. I laid out my ribs on the polished wood table, while you read my tales like a tired old fable. You never had skin in the bloodletting ring. You just like the sound of the chips when they sing. You held a mirrored glance, perfectly composed. I bled out the truth while your strategy closed. Love is not a game you can neatly outsmart. It's the agonizing slow stop of a trusting heart. You raked in the spoils, unbothered and cool, leaving a vacant chair for an absolute fool. I bled for the long run, you played for the high. You walked with the prize and left me to die. I wasn't holding cards, I was holding my breath. You calculated the odds of my quietest death. A sleight of the hand, a tilt of the wrist, extracting the marrow from every time we kissed. You folded my trust like a worthless receipt, a flawless tactician, a brilliant deceit. You held a mirrored glance, perfectly composed. I bled out the truth while your strategy closed. Love is not a game you can neatly outsmart. It's the agonizing slow stop of a trusting heart. You raked in the spoils, unbothered and cool, leaving a vacant chair for an absolute fool. I bled for the long run, you played for the high. You walked with the prize and left me to die. And left me to die. The house always wins and you built the floor. You took what you needed and walked out the door. You adjusted your collar, you cashed out the gold, and left me out here in the infinite cold. There is no rematch, there is no next round, just the terrible quiet, just me on the ground. I played for keeps, you just played. Love is not a game, not a game. The one who died. I dragged my suitcase across the quiet floor, leaving the iron keys on the wrong side of the door. I was the captain, abandoning the hull, refusing to sink when the undertow pulled dull. I chose the lifeboat, I severed the heavy line, tracing a border to keep the oxygen mine. I stepped out of the burning house entirely unscarred, but breathing the cold air has never felt this hard. They tell you the one who leaves is the one who gets free, but this open space is slowly suffocating me, and I have no right to cry. I struck the match, I burned down the timber, I unfastened the latch. I made the brutal choice to keep my lungs supplied, running from the ruin to protect my foolish pride. I am the survivor, I made it to the other side. So pulse is steady, the anatomy is correct. I saved the architecture I was desperate to protect. But there's a phantom chill where my shadow used to sit, a dark yawning canyon where our history used to fit. I am the author of this immaculate clean room, but I didn't know a sanctuary could double as a tomb. They tell you the one who leaves is the one who gets free, but this open space is slowly suffocating me. And I have no right to cry. I struck the match, I burned down the timber, I unfastened the latch. I made the brutal choice to keep my lungs supplied, running from the ruin to protect my foolish pride. I am the survivor, I made it to the other side. So why does it feel like I'm the one who died? How do you mourn a ghost you made with your own hands? How do you beg for water in these barren silent lands that you scorched yourself just to find a little heat? I won the bloody war, but it feels like a defeat. I hold a smoking gun, I have no right to the tears. I bought my own survival.